Hey, what's going on, everyone? Hopefully, you guys having a good one so far. Just wanted to touch a little bit on reconnecting and just knowing that there's people out there that they really want to reconnect with you. So, you can go about it like one or two ways. You can either like just be honest about it, or you can deflect from it. And so, I'll try to, you know, break down each one as best as I could. So, like when it comes to, being honest, you always want to be straightforward, about your position, um, especially like if you can't help at the moment. If you feel this person always asks too much of you, or if you think that they might not return the favor. Of course, it's also really important to, recognize that at the end of the day, when it comes to a relationship, relationships aren't transactions. You know what I'm saying? So just try to know the difference between, expecting reimbursement and feeling used. And if you're sure that that person's always been like self-serving from the start, then it could just be helpful to just let them know wherever you might stand. And a conversation like that might be best face to face. And then it's like your overall message can be simple. You could say something like, well, to be honest, our last few interactions didn't quite sit right with me. I'd love to help out whenever I can, and I really appreciate you keeping me updated every now and then. But I'm just worried that, that's all our relationship is turning into. So, it might be hard for them to hear, but at the end of the day, it could really clear things up in your relationship, or if anything, how they treat people in general. Knowing where, you know, like knowing where you're at is going to help that person realize that, you might not be the best avenue for, achieving their goals or whatnot. And as an added bonus, it's like if they value your relationship on top of that, but just as a bad way of showing it, then you're also providing some kind of insight as to how the situation could get better. So, again, like I said, just do the best that you could at being honest, be straightforward, especially like when it comes to like helping people. If you can't help them at the moment, just let them know. But don't do it in a way that would, maybe get them upset or anything like that. But as long as you're straightforward about it, there really shouldn't be any issues. So just something to think about. And the other way, like I said before, you can deflect. Like you don't have to go into like all the, I guess, like dirty details, if you will, if you don't want to. But sometimes the best way to save face might be to just leave what's buried be and just exit gracefully while you can. So if you're not really confrontational, or if you believe that your life is just okay with the people that's currently in it, then it's fine if you don't want to rock the boat. Like, stopping that person in their tracks, it doesn't have to be a huge deal per se. You know what I mean? Like, it can be as simple as just letting them know that, you know, now's probably not the best time, for you to get back in touch. Or you could say something like, well, I'm sorry that really won't work for me right now, or, thanks so much for asking, but I just might have to decline right now. I think if you go about it that way, just like when I mentioned about being honest, about you just being straightforward, but in this instance, deflecting, I don't think it would be as bad. I think they'll be really, really understanding of that. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, I just wanted to give a brief synopsis on that, just being honest, being straightforward, deflecting, not really going into, those dirty details, if you will, um, just leaving what's buried be and just exiting gracefully, so just something to think about. But I'll leave it with this, right? Like I said before, there's people who really want to reconnect with you, right? But the issue is, um, the enemy pretty much has used them to put their mouth on your name so bad that their pride and the guilt is not going to allow for them to reconcile. So instead of reconciling with you, what do they usually do? They'll settle to liking your posts, on social media, or try to get close to people that you're close to, as a way to kind of like, stay connected. And it's like, well, when they really should have just repented and really humbled themselves. You know what I'm saying? So don't fall for the flattery. And I say that because, you know, the guilt that they have, it won't let them go until they, correct what their mouth ruined. And the Lord is not going to play about you when it comes to that. Okay. So again, like I said, there's people that's going to want to reconnect with you. There's got to be mindful of that. They'll try to get to you. If they can't get to you directly, they're going to try to get to you through people that you might know, or maybe they know that you're close to, if that makes sense. And they try to get to you through them, if that makes any kind of sense. But, you know, that's just my synopsis on that. And I'd like to thank each and every one of you tuning in to the video. I appreciate all of you for the feedback and the likes and everything. And speaking of likes, I would appreciate it if you hit the like on the way out. It would mean a great deal to me. And with that in mind, you guys continue to be safe, stay hydrated, and monitor your health, and continue to be blessed and encouraged. All right, y'all take care and have a good one.